When will you, as a singer, experience the most growth? Well, last week during his lesson, one of my students inquired about my practice habits, and I explained to him that I don't practice nearly as much as I used to before I had children, and when I was singing in 2 bands, and I was rehearsing 3 times a week, 3 hours each time, and leading worship twice a week, and gigging with my band once a week. And he said, well, gee, when you were doing that, your voice must have been in tip-top condition and it must have been its absolute best. And I actually had to correct him and tell him that no, even though back then I was singing a lot more and I was practicing more and gigging more and leading worship a lot more, I've actually experienced much more growth in recent years with less practice time and less worship leading and less gigging. And this is the reason why. Or these are the reasons why. First of all, back then, I was kind of just maintaining the status quo, so to speak. I was just kind of singing how I had always sung, and I never really challenged myself. I never really pushed myself to do more vocally or artistically. And so I kind of stayed at the same sort of plateau for many, many years, and it was adequate singing for what I needed, and it was fine. It served me well. It got me gigs. It got me jobs. But it was just kind of there, and I never really grew from that place. And now, knowing that I have much less practice time, I streamline my practice sessions and work very efficiently. So I go into my practice sessions with a very clear sense of direction and purpose. I know exactly what I need to practice, what I plan to work on, which songs I plan to practice. And that prevents me from kind of meandering and wasting a lot of time. And the second thing that I've changed about my singing in this short practice time that I have every day is I now challenge myself further. I've given myself permission to explore different sounds with my voice and to really demand more of my voice than I had previously believed it was capable of. And when I started doing that, that's when I started really finding my voice. That's when I really started making sounds that I've always wanted to make but didn't really put in the time and the effort to learn how to make. I just really didn't even know that I could make them. It was sort of outside of my own imagination, really. But now I feel like things have opened up so much more for me vocally and artistically because I'm challenging myself. I'm stepping outside of that little safe box that I always found myself in. And that's when I got away from that plateau and started trekking uphill again. And you too will experience far more growth as a vocal technician and as a vocal artist when you, 1, go into your practice sessions with a clear sense of purpose and direction. Know exactly what you need to work on and how to work on it. Know how to correct the things that you're working on. And that's where a singing teacher would be really, really useful for you. And 2, making sure that you are giving yourself permission to explore your voice fully, to discover all that it's capable of, to start exploring different sounds and qualities and different dynamics, different styles. When you give yourself permission to fully explore your voice, to uncover all that it's capable of, to unleash its full potential. But that can't happen if you're always playing it safe, if you're always kind of maintaining the status quo. I can testify to that. It doesn't happen. Growth does not happen when you keep doing the same things over and over and over again and refuse to challenge yourself. You need to challenge yourself and step outside of that comfort zone, step outside of that box a little bit. And that's when your voice is suddenly going to blossom. That's when your voice is really going to show you all that it's capable of, when it's going to fulfill its potential. All right, keep singing. I really hope you like this video. Take a moment, please, to click the thumbs up button to let me know that you appreciated the content. And also, if you are not already a member of this community, please consider subscribing to this channel. Happy singing!